Just make sure that we are. Let's see, do I see my face? All right, there we are. Okay, guys. Happy Monday night. It is Team Calm Monday, August 24th. And we have a lot of stuff to go over tonight, so I'm just going to get right down to it. We have so much coming up and so much going on. So first, tomorrow is the 25th, and I'm sorry, the lighting is so weird in here. Okay, the 25th is Tuesday. We are having a coach sneak peek tomorrow. I put the group in our team page today, and it's going to be kind of an all-day thing. So if you have people that are prospective coaches that are interested in finding out more about what we do, please add them. Anyone who's interested in just checking out more about it, add them in. We're going to be going live throughout the day just with our stories, how this has impacted our lives, how the accountability helps. You know the drill, all of that stuff. So please feel free to add people to that. It's going to be going on all day. Even if you don't add anybody, try to join the group, give us some love when we're going live, and all that fun stuff. I just added some events for the week. Our team-wide call with Josh is Wednesday at 12, and then he has his own training Thursday night, which I just added in there. I'll be there because it's at 7:30 our time. You have to register, and I put the link in the event. So that's some stuff that's going on. So coach sneak peek. Okay. And then we're coming up. This is the last week of the month. We have so many people on the board with Success Club points. See where you're at, see where you need to go. Hi, Tennille, and figure out what you need to get there. So I'm just going to give you guys what I have going on. As always, you don't have to join anything that you don't want to join. This is your business. If you feel like compelled to do something else, something different, feel free, but this is just what I'm offering to help support you guys. So let's turn the page to September. So September 2nd is pumpkin spice launches. This is a huge volume boost. This is our seasonal flavor. This is the third year that we've had pumpkin spice. The first year it sold out just like salted caramel. Then last year they ordered so much that they were like throwing it at us at live events. So I'm assuming they're going to limit the supply, sort of like salted caramel. I'm sure they want it to be a fast and furious sale that they don't have to be throwing at us for the rest of the year. So plan accordingly. This doesn't replace your monthly Shakeology. This is in addition to it, but it's a great thing to do to say, hey, anybody who enrolls with me as a coach through the month of September gets a packet of pumpkin spice. It's delicious. I don't even like pumpkin spice, and I'm a fan. So that's September 2nd. That's a Wednesday. What I do is I do a Google form, and I put it in my link tree in my Instagram bio. I just did a story about it if you want to check that out. And I just have like an info form. So people, if they're interested, they can fill out the form, and then I know to send them the information the day that it's available. Okay, pumpkin spice, let's cross that off. So then Labor Day is going to be the 7th, and we are starting another Muscles and Mindset group on the 8th. Muscles and Mindset is our 2B specific group. Exercise is optional. It's all about food and the 2B mindset. So it's a great way. The 2B is so amazing. And honestly, this is the second time we've run this group, and it's one of my favorites because people get such amazing results so fast. And it's increasing your water, increasing your veggies, weighing yourself, and tracking what you're eating. So super easy. So that's going to be September 8th. We're going to do the prep week the week before, and it's going to go through the month of September. Now, Laura is hosting a 3-day refresh group, which she's, given, she'll, take anybody from our team as well through that, and any of our customers, which is super nice of her. that's going to be the 8th too. So 3-day refresh. That is a great way to get Success Club locked in for yourself now. So many people have been indulging all summer, indulging, you know, on their vacations or just being at home. The 3-day refresh is a great way to reset after vacation, start a program feeling really refreshed and just getting rid of all that bloat. So that's going to be September 8th, 9th, and 10th. So it's going to kind of coincide with Muscles and Mindset. It's a great way to kind of really kickstart 2B. To be honest, it's a great way to kickstart 2B. I am going to be starting a Ultimate Reset group September 21st. Ultimate Reset is the best program hands down that Beachbody has. I say that with all confidence. It took me literally like 4 years to do it because it's the most expensive program. But for me, that worked really well because putting that much money into something, I was going to do it wholeheartedly. So I don't believe this program is for everyone. I really don't. So when I do talk to a lot of people about it, but so after I did it first last November and I got fantastic results. I post those pictures all the time because I'm impressed with them and other people are impressed with them. And so what happened after I got those results, I started posting those results and everyone was like, I want to do that program. Well, the first time I led people through it, I was like, oh my God, I just have to do this differently, because I would have people buy it and then they would be like, oh, I don't really want to use the supplements. And I was like, well, but that's the program. So I really do a very much better job now of like describing what the program is, explaining that you're committing to this 100% to get the results that I got. And it's not for everybody. It's super intensive. If someone is into their workout so much that they can't part with working out or running or training for an ultra or something like that, this is not for them. Workouts are not a part of the Ultimate Reset. You have to take a break. I will do modified workouts because you guys know me, I like to break rules and I need working out for my sanity, but I do know that because it's not a part of the program, I have to tone it down. So just be mindful of that if you're talking to people about the Ultimate Reset, or if you are interested yourself. It's hard. It's a hard ass program. It's 21 days of dialing in your nutrition and following a regimented schedule of supplements and of meals. It is amazing, like from your mind out to your body. I love it, but that's what's going on September 21st, Ultimate Reset. And then, so I've been like planning my calendar like a chess game, because you guys know my soulmate program, 30-day breakaway, is coming in October. So this is like the program I've been dreaming about for so long. First it was Lift 4. Lift 4 like fit great into a marathon training program, and that was the first time that I could really say to running friends, there's something that you can implement in your life that won't replace running, because runners don't want to replace running. They don't want to, ever. I never did, and the runners don't want to do that. So 30-day breakaway is bringing people that love of running, which is like what I'm all about. So that is going to be released to on October 5th. And so we are going to start taking our coaches through it October 12th. And then I didn't even write down when customers go through it, but that's when we're going to start it, October 12th, 30 days. You get a medal at the end. It's going to be freaking awesome. So that's kind of like what is coming up for things. So as I said, take advantage of what you feel like is going to work in your business, and feel free to adjust that to whatever you feel like you want to do. But just look ahead at the programs that are speaking to you, that you feel like you want to do or your customers would like, and I can definitely help you with that. So I wanted to talk a little bit today. I'm kind of like all over the place, but I feel like I always am. So I want to talk a little bit about taking and getting in the driver's seat and taking control of your business and your life and whatever goals you may have. So number one is fixing your mind on the exact goal that you want. And I want you to figure that out for your life. This is not just about the business, but it can be. It's whatever you are working on right now. So is it making money? Is it hitting a certain weight? Is it getting to a certain rank? Be really, really crystal clear on that. Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do? So really, really figure that out, and, you know, well, we'll get to that, but what do you want? What do you want right now? You can have a few things. I mean, I know I'm working on a few things. Like, I have specific goals about my family and my husband, and then I have specific goals about my business and where I need that to go in terms of rank, in terms of money. So what are your goals? And figure that out. And I would say, you know, don't have too many, obviously, like, be realistic about it. Maybe like your top two, right? So number two is determining what you need to give up in order to get your goal. And I think this is really important because in terms of like this business, I talk to people a lot who say that they don't have time for it. And, you know, a lot of times it's really just, again, getting really clear on where your time is going. What are you spending your time doing? You know, I know for me, like, back in the beginning of it, I did have to give up certain things. I used to have a really important job on Candy Crush Saga and Farmville, and I had a show that I would watch every single night of the week. So I did have to sacrifice some of that. Now, you know, one of my goals, as I said, is to be a present mom to my kids and be an exceptional wife to my husband. And part of me and my husband, like, we spend time watching a show every day. So like tonight, for instance, I will be in bed with him by 9:30 and we will watch a half an hour of a show before I have to go to bed. My point is this: you don't have to give up everything that you enjoy in your life, but if you have a certain goal that you have, you may need to alter your life. Like, let's say your goal is to lose a certain amount of weight. What do you have to give up in order to lose the weight? Do you have to give up drinking soda every day? Do you have to, you know, give up one of your trips to the drive-thru every single week? Think about what you have to give up in order to get to your goal. And if you do have a full-time job and a busy schedule, you may need to give something up in order to sacrifice time to work your business. If your business is something that's on your list of goals, money that you need to make or a rank you need to get. You don't need to put a super amount of time in it, but you might need to give up one of those shows or maybe a round of Candy Crush or something like that. So determine what it is that you need to give up in order to get there. Number three is having a date or deadline. This is really important. So if somebody tells me that they're trying to hit diamond, I say, well, what date are you going to be there? Because if you don't have a date, that can happen whenever. And if you have, I'm going to be at diamond by Summit next year, that's 12 months away. Like, that does not give any, you know, we talk about urgency so much. You know, when people are talking to us about their goals, we say, okay, well, we have this group starting September 2nd. So we need you to place your order so you have everything you need in order to start on September 2nd. Same thing with our goals. We need to have some sense of urgency to make those goals happen. So, and it can be, of course, it can be depressing sometimes. Like, I have that 2-star diamond qualifying goal every single week. Every single week it goes on my calendar. And like, it's been every single week that I've watched that go by, but I write it down again. Because if I don't have that urgency to make that happen, who knows when it will happen. And I know, at least in ranks in this business for myself, I didn't have goals and goal dates set all the time. I hit diamond and my diamond dropped for months on end. So I really want to play offensively and be working towards my goals all the time, especially 2-star, because that's where the money really changes. Okay, so have that date. What's your date? What's your goal for that? If it's weight loss, when is that going to happen? And make sure, especially, so, okay, like, if it's a rank goal, write that down now. Write that down for Thursday. but if it's like losing, 50 pounds, you're not going to hit that by Thursday. Give yourself a couple months to start these wheels, happening to get to that goal. So number 4 is plan. You need a plan. How are these things going to happen? If it is losing 50 pounds, what program are you going to do? What nutrition plan are you going to follow? How many ounces of water are you going to drink? When are you going to have ice cream if that's your jam? When are you going to have wine if that's your jam? What is your plan? If you are trying to get to diamond rank, what's your plan to do that? How many hours are you putting into your business? How many invites are you doing every single day? Really, really break that down. I was using a workbook called the 12-week workbook. I think it was called 12-week workbook. It's in my car. And it's a great book and it's a great workbook. And it basically, instead of looking at your goals over a whole year, it breaks them down quarterly. And what happens when you do that is that you can, I feel like, adjust your wheels and figure out what's working, figure out what's not working, and push even harder. Because let's say in 3 months you don't get to where you need to go. You can reroute. Instead of waiting that year to say, I don't know where I am. You can figure out, where it is you want to go and how you're going to get there, how you can change up what you're doing, what you need to alter, and, how is that going to look for yourself. So look at it like a business plan. What is your goal and how are you going to get there? What are the steps that you have to take every single day to accomplish those goals? And again, be really crystal clear about that and plan it out in your day. Everything that I put in my book, I have to mentally cross off. So I really am careful about that. I don't know if you guys have people in your life. My husband's not the greatest at thinking about how long things are going to take. So he'll kind of and he has the best intentions in mind, but it's oh, well, tonight I'm going to play a video game with Vatican. I'm going to take Caitlin to play soccer and we're going to hang out too. And I'm like, well, that's probably not all going to work. Just physically, you need, this amount of time to do this. You need this amount of time to drive here, do this, do that. It's just not going to work. So figure out what's it going to take and how is that going to work? And is it going to work in your schedule? And I've talked to people who have business goals, who have full-time schedules. And, if you, let's say, have a super busy day one day, double up your invites the next day. You can make it work within your schedule. It doesn't have to be, I know we follow the daily tracker, but as long as you're doing whatever amount of invites you need to make that week, break it up as you see fit into your life. If you have the day off and you want to do 50 invites that day and then have 3 the next day, that's totally fine. So just have a plan that you can follow. Okay, so number 5 is writing out a clear and concise statement. So it's really just your goals. And this, to me, is every single day I write out my goals. Every single day I write out my goals. I write out my vision. I write out immediately where I want to go. And that never changes. I use the Start Today journal by Rachel Hollis. And that includes my 5 gratitude items. And it includes my 10 goals and then immediate goals. And the immediate goals are always, as I said to you guys, I think I say it every week now, I have taken the amount of money that that would cover me and Tucker's salaries and divided that into a weekly amount. That is my goal. And I write that down every day. So every single day I see that amount. Seeing these things and knowing what you're working towards can really help you to visualize what that will look like. What will that look like for your family? What will that look like in terms of work? I really like watching Tucker and what he wants to do in terms of the law that he does. I want to allow him flexibility to do the cases that he wants to do. And I've watched for so long him struggling in doing things that he doesn't like, that I have such a fire to alleviate that for him and to provide this income that can allow us some flexibility in what we do and just grow from there. So cut that down. If money is a goal for you, write that down. You know, for so long, I wrote, you know, to be debt free, but I wasn't actually taking steps to be debt free. So it really took me to write down exactly where our money was going. And I followed the Dave Ramsey plan of, you know, cutting off that smallest debt first and then snowballing it down into all the other debts. And I started doing that. Like, it's embarrassing to say because I talked about being debt free for so long, but I only started that this year. And I have COVID to thank. We had nowhere to go, so I was able to like pay off some of those, and it feels really, really good to actually be working towards that list instead of just talking about it. And that, again, like, if you want to pay off your debt, you have to really be clear about where your money is going, right? Like, I know, like, I wanted to go away for my birthday, and this was in the middle of COVID anyways in May. And I said to myself, and thankfully my husband is sort of like the angel on my shoulder. And he was like, you have these goals to pay off these debts, but you want to go on vacation. And like, it's not the fun choice, right? Like, I am all for the fun. I want vacations and fun and party time. But he was right. I have these goals, and I'm going to be closer to reaching those goals if I make certain sacrifices. So I had to sacrifice that trip away in order for the greater good. And in reality, I'll be able to take many more vacations later. But at that time, that was the right choice for us. So, and then number 6 is, after you have that clear and concise statement of what your goals are, you read it in the morning, you read it in the night, you read it when you're bored, you read it all the time. I try to, like, when I'm in the shower, you know, because I really believe in visualizing and manifesting things. You know, if you've read as much personal development as I have, like, I just believe in making this shit happen because I've made stuff happen leading up to this point. So like, if I'm in the shower, I try, like, because I am awful at meditation, and I try to be better at it. But so, like, showering, I try to meditate in the shower. I try to imagine what it will be like when that amount of money is coming into my account every single week. And I don't have to watch Tucker do cases that he hates or worry about what cases he's taking in order to make an income for the family. You know, I think about those things. I think about, you know, having those vacations later that I don't have to go into debt over, that I don't have to think about paying off a credit card or going on vacation with my family. So, you know, think about these things all the time. You know, when, like, obviously we thought we were going to go to Summit this year, and my goal was really to walk on stage, visualizing what that will feel like, walking across that stage, being recognized for my accomplishments, and, you know, feeling that sense of pride. I think about those things all the time. When I was the night before I went into 1-star qualifications, it was a hard night. I didn't know if it was going to happen. I had a girl who was pushing for Emerald, and I really wasn't sure if it was going to come to be. But what I did was I walked the dogs, and I just imagined being recognized the next day. I imagined waking up to Megan Evilton posting that post about me entering qualifications. I imagined that feeling of, like, excitement and pride. And when I came back from walking the dogs, Kate had messaged me, and she said, I found, you know, I hit Emerald, I found someone. And I was like, oh my God, it happened. And the same exact, like, it was crazy because for 5 weeks, it was pretty much at a standstill. I thought it was in the bag. And then 2 days before I was going to hit it for real, I found out that I had an inactive coach. And so the same thing happened. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Am I going to hit this? And I said, I have to just picture the very best scenario. And I did the same thing. I walked the dogs, I left my phone here, and I just imagined that recognition the next day, that I would hit this, that it would happen, and it would all work out. And sure enough, it freaking did. So I think there's something that's so powerful in just reading something, believing it, and having that positive mindset to back it up. That it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And the more, like, it drives me nuts. I hear, like, my daughter who's a teenager, I know it's normal for teenagers to be negative, but, like, she'll just be like, I can't do that. And I'm like, no, don't ever say that. you can't do it, you're not going to do it. If you say you can do it, just try to do it. Just try your very freaking best. Give it your best effort. Who gives a shit if you fail? I think that's the best lesson with coaching that, you know, I can take away, is that I fail every single day. I fail all the time. And honestly, like in a leadership role, it feels like it even more so. But I also know that I grow. I also know that I'm better because of it. So, you know, and I hopefully that I can share that with someone else and be even better the next day. So, hopefully that was helpful. But that's really like, when I heard it, like that's taking control, getting in the driver's seat and really making something happen for yourself, you know. And I know I talk a lot about this, but for so long when I would think about my New Year's resolution and I wanted it to be running a 5K, and I never did anything. I never made a single step in that direction. I just said it. I'm going to run a 5. Oh, no, I don't even know if I said it. I wrote it down, or I don't know what I did with New Year's resolutions. But if you don't take ownership, if you don't take these steps, nothing's going to happen. You have to make them happen. You have to make this business happen. And, you know, something really important to remember with this business is your start date is not the date you go all in. So if you're like, for me right now, I'm 4.5 years as a coach. I didn't coach for 4.5 years. I've been all in since Summit of 2018. That was when I fell in love with the mission, the company, the opportunity, and it's when I really realized what I was doing and what was possible. That was that moment, that when I first went to Summit. Before then, I kind of dabbled. I ran some challenge groups, inconsistently invited. I did show up on social media, but I wasn't all in. I didn't believe in it. If you talked to me on the streets in 2017 about what I was doing for Beachbody, I would have rolled my eyes. I would have said, oh, that silly thing online. I didn't believe in it. 2018 was when I went all in. So I can't say to you, I've been coaching for 4.5 years. I've been coaching for 2 years, really. So I think it's important to remember that distinction. The compound effect starts working the minute you go all in, the minute that you start moving those wheels, making these things happen, putting these steps to your goals. That's when it starts. Anyone have any questions? All right, guys, thanks for coming. I hope you have a great night. Bye.